It's Mozamo. I know I've been very inconsistent in my YouTube videos, but in my shorts, I've been quite consistent. Right, I'm back with the video, and today is an interesting one. We're going to be talking about Manchester United and the massive summer ahead. Are we getting Tonali? Are we getting Anderson? It's all here in this video. Let's go. If you're a United fan and you're not ready for the summer, I don't know what you're watching. We're the third best team in the league, and we have a summer ahead where we could be getting the best midfielders in the league, and I'll explain why. First, let's start off with Elliot Anderson, midfielder for Nottingham Forest, alright? Threatened with relegation. However, he is wanted by clubs like Manchester City and Manchester United. The interesting thing about this is that Manchester City have 150 charges. So maybe not 150, 115 charges, yeah? Shouldn't be 150 though. Yeah, and maybe they could be getting a 60-point deduction, which means they would get relegated. And why would Anderson go to a relegated side when he's already going to get relegated? Well, what you can do is just come to the red side of Manchester, the biggest side of Manchester, the only side of Manchester. Yeah, that midfield duo of Elliot Anderson and Kobbie Mainoo, it would feed generations. It would definitely feed me. But I feel like that is a bit bland, a bit basic, and he's got little experience, especially being in a big team like Manchester United. The pressure that comes with it. There's been a lot of talented players that's come over here and just crumbled under pressure because we're just too big for certain people. So yeah, maybe Elliot Anderson not that correct guy to go for. Obviously, last summer, if you weren't living under a rock, you would have known about the links with Baleba. Honestly, last summer, that's all I was hearing. Baleba, I'm a believer, blah, 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 blah. Baleba, yeah. Baleba was so close to coming to United. We were about to spend 100 million on that guy, and the deal came short. It's believed that he still wants to come to Manchester United. I mean, he's playing like it. Have you seen him for Brighton this season? He's been woeful. That's not a type of attitude that I want at United. Obviously, Antony did the same thing at Ajax. Remember when we wanted Antony and Antony just went on strike for Ajax? Like, he refused to train. So maybe that's not the type of personality that we should bring to Old Trafford. However, he is a very talented player, very athletic, I would say, very black, and yeah, very talented. And the last one, last but not least, is Tonali. That guy is classy. He's elegant, you understand? He's got the passing range, he's got the quick feet, decisive thinking, you understand? So that is certainly a good Casemiro replacement if I've ever seen one. And obviously he does have experience in playing in a big team, unlike the other two, right? Obviously, some of you might know that Tonali used to play for AC Milan, which some would say, well, I would say, is a very, very big team. So he understands the pressure, whether it's playing for AC Milan, Italy, and now Newcastle. Newcastle not a big team, but you get the point. They're in the Champions League and whatnot. So he has experience in the big competitions, whereas the other two don't. So that's why I feel like he'd be more suited to Manchester United, because he's already handled the pressure in different ways. But obviously, sometimes that doesn't matter. Obviously, remember when we said Di Maria, Falcao, these are European experienced players, but they still did not succeed here. So it's not all just about that. You need to have some grit about you. You need to have the United DNA. And does Tonali have that? Does Tonali want to come to United? Reports are saying that he does want to come, which is good news, music to my ears, because that is the ideal midfield partner to Kobbie Mainoo for the future. And is that it for the summer, the midfield? No, you've lost your whole entire mind. We need a right back. We need a right back right now, honestly. Yeah, the right backs available in the summer is probably the Dortmund one, Ryerson. I hope I'm saying it right. Ryerson from Dortmund, right back. I think he's under 23 or something like that. He's quite young. He's experienced playing in the Champions League and whatnot, so maybe he could be the correct option. never know. And then obviously you have Livramento. He's probably like 21 or 22 right now. Livramento, that guy is an unbelievable player. But yet again, like Elliot Anderson, like Baleba, he's never played for a big team with big ambitions like Manchester United. So he might crumble under that pressure. You never know. However, it is important to have players that have the hunger, not to just have players that want to sit back and relax at Manchester United, feel like they've made it and whatnot. No, we need players that want to fight for the badge, and Livramento might be that instead of Ryerson. So I don't mind doing the Livramento thing as long as it's a reasonable price. I know Newcastle like to go with unreasonable prices. Honestly, I'm not paying more than 50 million. No way. So with all those midfield targets, we probably need two of them, right? That leads Elliot Anderson and Tonali. I feel like we should get both of them. Mainly because obviously Casemiro's going. And then you have Ugarte, who's probably going as well. So that's two people going, two people in. It just makes sense. All right. And look, hopefully we can just find someone from the academy. Obviously, Jack Fletcher, Tyler Fletcher, both of them have first team experience well. So hopefully next season they're able to like kick on and really find their spot in the team, I guess. The thing is about Jack Fletcher and Tyler Fletcher, they haven't impressed in the limited games that they've been given. I know it's a little bit of games, but we should be able to see some sort of, you know what I'm saying? So that's the issue with Jack and Tyler. They haven't taken the opportunity that they've been given. So maybe they do get a loan elsewhere or something like that. And then we're in need of another midfielder. Maybe we need to get free. Honestly, we might need to get free. And that third midfielder, it doesn't have to be an Adam Wharton or someone that's going to cost you millions. You understand? Just get someone with experience, ideally Premier League and Champions League level experience, that can come in and, fill the gaps when needed. For example, like a Sabitzer. I'm not saying to get Sabitzer, but you get the point. You know what I'm saying? Last summer, I would say was a massive success. I mean, the season prior, our issue was the lack of goals. And this season, we've really upped our game in terms of goals. So that's a massive thank you to Mbeumo, Cunha, Sesko. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes changing positions made a massive change as well. Because before he was playing quite deep, now he's playing in number 10, which is obviously his more preferred role, which is because he has the freedom, the license to create. He doesn't need to work hard like a dog anymore. He can just you know what I'm saying? Easy passes into Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, who those three are dangerous in front of goal. So that's what I'm going to say. Obviously, we have some outgoings elsewhere, like Rashford and Højlund. That's 80 million from just those two. That's massive. Honestly, that's massive. So, honestly, shout out Ineos. And why do you guys hate Ineos? I don't understand that. Ineos have done a great job. I mean, they signed us De Ligt. I know he's been injury prone, but whenever he's played, he's been unbelievable. We've got Aiden Heaven for just 1 million from Arsenal. You know how much of a steal that is? And I've heard rumours that we could get Miles Lewis-Skelly from Arsenal as well. That's rude. That's rude. We can't get two from Arsenal. Surely not. Surely not. But honestly, I wouldn't put it past us. I mean, we've done the same with Alexis Sanchez and Robin Van Persie. Two of Arsenal's best players at the time. We just stole them. So, nothing's impossible. Don't put it past us. Honestly, don't put it past us. We might take Saliba from them. Now, if all those transfers come together, this is my ideal XI for next season. Let's get started. All right, we're going to go with Lemens in goal. Obviously, that guy has rejuvenated my life. Because when we had Onana and Biende, who are leaking goals, that was bad. That was a bad period of my life. All right, now I've got Lemens. I feel more safe. I feel more secure. You understand? So, and a right back, my ideal right back would be Livramento. Although he has no experience playing in a big club, I feel like he can gain that sort of experience, especially with someone like Mazraoui behind him or whatnot. So I definitely feel like we can coach him into the Manchester United culture and DNA. All right. So the two centre backs, I would go with Lenny Yoro and Matthias De Ligt. Now, people have issues with Lenny Yoro, and it's understandable. He hasn't been good enough whatsoever in recent games. Obviously, last season, I feel like he was one of our standout players, but this season, he has dropped down his standards a little bit. Hopefully, he gets that back next season, because we're going to be playing more games and he gets more into the rhythm, if you know what I mean. All right. So, and then left back, Miles Lewis Kelly. You know what I'm saying? He's got the fight. I mean, did you see him when he was rattling Haaland with the celebration and that? Come on. That is the type of player that we need at Old Trafford. You know what I'm saying? Shithousery. That's what we need. All right. The two midfielders in the base, I'm going to go with Tonali and Mainu. All right. We're going to have Anderson as a backup sort of player. All right. And then maybe we can have someone from the academy like a Jack Fletcher or a Tyler Fletcher as well to accommodate that. And then we have Bruno in the 10. Of course, that is mandatory. There's no one taking his spot. All right. And then maybe we can have Mason Mount on the bench as well. Although Mount wants to leave apparently. I'm not a big fan of that because I do like Mason Mount. But obviously Bruno Fernandes is just a tad bit too good. So yeah, I would keep Mount, but on the bench. You know what I'm saying? On the left, obviously, Mateus Cunha. On the right, that bold prince, Bryan Mbeumo. And the funny thing is about Mbeumo, he plays so bad, yeah, but he gets me goals and assists. And that's what I like. Yeah, I like goals and assists. I don't care if you're playing bad. If you get me goals and assists, that's good enough. You know what I'm saying? And Ahmad, obviously, that's going to be his subordinate. And the left wing subordinate. Who is the left wing subordinate? Obviously, JJ Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? So JJ Gabriel is the subordinate to Mateus Cunha. And in the striker position, we're going to have Benjamin Sesko and Chido Ori Martins. Next season, it's really important that he has a good start because there's been people saying that he's only a off the bench type of guy. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know what I'm saying? He's not that. He's our main striker, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yeah? Don't disrespect Benjamin Sesko. Do not do that. And with that team, don't be surprised if we win the Premier League or the Champions League, if we do something dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So don't put it past us. Just don't. Obviously, if you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, get me to 100. I'm on 67 right now. So yeah, I'm not trying to be on 67. I'm trying to be on 100. So subscribe.